the one and the only Bill Angle. Well, Christian, welcome back. Big one today. A couple of changes in the lineup as far as the Rhinos are concerned. You've got Grinwis in the nets, and Alex Dixon, maybe a bit of a different role today.
Yeah, Alex Dixon, I think he's been given the freedom to get more of a central role today. He will, I think he's going to turn some heads. I think he's finally back to close to full fitness. Had a bit of injury scare earlier in the season, but I think Harrisburg's in trouble, if I'm being honest.
Harrisburg coming off a 2-0 win on Wednesday against Toronto. It was their first shutout in 6 games. Rochester off a 2-1 win against Wilmington here at home last Saturday. To count the U.S. Open Cup, this is the 3rd meeting of the season between the two clubs. Harrisburg in the navy blue with the white shorts and blue socks. The Rhinos in the white tops. Green shorts with yellow trim and white socks. Rochester attacking from left to right.
And Harrisburg to start the game there, I think wanted nothing to do with the ball. Handed it right over to the Rochester team.
Ekra sending it forward, looking for Foster. Held away by Forbes, Tosh. Chip forward. Poke away there by Levrock. Back to Tosh. For a little flick forward there was Steven Santos. Picked up by Ringhoff. Ringhoff and Van de Castile get the nod as the central backs. Apostolopoulos on the bench.
Ringhoff back at the central position after a short spell at left back.
Forbes pushes it forward to himself. Noble's got to hustle. His clearance only off the foot of Mendoza. Keeps up the pressure. And this one will go over the end line and come back on a goal kick. That was a good bit of work there from Canardo Forbes. Dixon was tripped up, and give Canardo credit, he never quit on the play. Schaefer, Badil, is it back to Noble. Noble's 22nd appearance of the season. Right down the middle where Walls gets a quick touch on it. Mendoza. He's got Dixon, and Noble will get there first. Nick Noble, 30 years old. USL Pro, second team in 2014. His 4th season with the City Islanders. Rolls it on the near side to Velez. There's Foster. Good hard tackle from Ringhoff. Mendoza hustles back. Finds McMahon.
Great defensive work there on the Rochester defense.
Dixon applying pressure.
You see Alex Dixon already in the first minutes has been some trouble for the back line of Harrisburg.
Dos Santos cuts it back, top of the 18. And the foul called. A restart coming up here in a very good spot for the Rochester Rhinos as Dos Santos holds his lower back.
It's going to be interesting. This is Captain Tony Wall's sweet spot. So
the sun, not too much of a factor for Noble. It is just set past his goal. Here's a look at that last chance. Clear foul as Dos Santos goes down. 5 in the wall for the City Islanders. Forbes can also put some pepper on these.
Absolutely. I will say I've seen Tony Walls hit this free kick day in, day out in training. So
Walls, went low. Tried to go under the jumping wall and barely deflected away, but it's early pressure from the Rhinos here in the 4th minute. Harrisburg's given up the 3rd most goals in the USL with 42. We'll see if that trend continues here. It's broken up by Tribbett to Schaefer. And to Castile.
And a few early dangerous passes there by Johnny Mendoza, taking advantage of Dixon's space, getting in behind the back line.
He does appear to be more involved, more active here in this new role.
I mean, you can tell right off his body language. I said it. Dixon's been given the freedom to play a bit more of his game, so I think you're gonna see. I mean, you've seen it already in the first few minutes.
Badil spinning away from pressure. High pressure. Just barely broken away. Back to Noble.
Harrisburg having some trouble finding their feet to start this game off. I don't think they've left their half.
They've definitely been under pressure early on as Leverock has to go back to his keeper once again. In the 5th minute, it's been all Rhinos so far. Good step there. Tosh to Garzi. Ekra battles and gets knocked down. Free kick coming up here for the City Islanders. These two teams played in a USL game June 19th, a 1-1 draw. US Open Cup May 27th. Rhinos had a 3-1 win. In that game, Harrisburg had a man advantage for 80 minutes before they were knocked out of the Open Cup by the Rhinos.
Definitely a big emotional win there for the Rhinos. Being a man down, you had Asani Samuel step in and have 2 goals that really brought that win home for us.
Both those games at Harrisburg. There's Grinwis, 0.67 goals against average. Only 3 goals against in 5 games played coming into tonight.
I think the Rhinos really looking to make an early statement today, being that both times they have played this season, it's been essentially a fair share of ties, apart from the overtime win.
And to Castile, good composure. Forbes, up by Schaefer. And Ekra, deflected by Walls momentarily. Badil will continue to go outside. And a quick touch. It's not going to go anywhere off the foot of Jankauskas. Forbes picked up a goal last week in the 26th minute. Vanda Castile with the late one in the 81st for that 2-1 win over Wilmington. Traffic all over the central part of the field, and Walls relieves the pressure. Tosh, a little too much on that one for Garzi.
The Rhinos seem to be picking up second balls for fun today. I think it's something that made them so successful this year, and I think they strayed away from it a little bit the last few games, but they're definitely finding it today.
Good early start for the home side. Ekra, a nice turn, gets away from Walls. Velez. Harrisburg looking to push an attack forward, a long ball into the box. Man gets his head on it, Plumhoff. Has to shield off Mendoza, can't. Gets it back to McMahon. Mendoza. Good ball forward for Dos Santos. You could hear him screaming for it up here. And he gets knocked down hard. Ken Trebet not called for the foul as the two big boys go at it. Crowd doesn't like it. Bill Engel, the 4th official, patrolling the sidelines, catching a few words from Bob Lilly.
Definitely getting an earful there. Rightfully so, though. I think the push is from behind.
Plumhoff steps in front of McMahon, heads it. It's Vanda Castile.
Very calm, composed play there by Vanda Castile.
You can see exactly why he's been selected to the USL Team of the Week 2 times this season. And speaking of Team of the Week, Canardo Forbes, congratulations.
Well deserved. I think that was a long time coming. I don't think it's been really appreciated how big he has been for the Rochester team.
3 goals, 2 assists for Canardo. Coming from the indoor Syracuse Silver Knights. Forbes has the ball now. Behind Tosh, has to hustle and can't keep that one in play. Throwing on the far side for Harrisburg. Falls, middle of the field. Mendoza. Time for Van de Castile, takes a look. Deflected. Forbes comes away with it again. And that is out of play by Schaefer. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub, USLsoccer.com. We're in the 10th minute. The Rhinos and the City Islanders are scoreless in their 11th all-time meeting between the two clubs. Rochester 2-6-2 all-time against the City Islanders. Harrisburg won 6 of the first 7. But I guess the good news is, since Bob Lilly's return to Rochester, the Rhinos are 1-0-2 against the City Islanders. And Bob, no stranger to that part of the country.
No, it's his hometown, essentially, right?
Good friends with Bill Betcher, but I'm sure always a little extra in the tank for these two going head-to-head.
Absolutely. No shortage of competitiveness in Bob Lilly, so.
Even got a few in the far corner there, a few fans from Harrisburg. The big blue banner, we love those Islanders. As fouls called behind the play, Forbes went down, no advantage. Quick restart looking for Mendoza, and the referee didn't like it. Ball was rolling on. For Harrisburg, well, they waited to the last possible second last season to make it to the playoffs. A victory in their final game of the season, and then they run through and make it to the championship. This one's into the box, headed away. Mendoza shot. And Dixon's shot is up and high. Harrisburg falling to Sacramento finally in the championship after knocking off Orlando City and the Richmond Kickers.
Just goes to show, come playoff time, it's anybody's game. I think something Bob Lilly's really tried to instill in the team, that essentially it's just seeding purposes now. Come playoffs, you've got to be ready with a fresh new mentality to play and get the result on the given night.
Could be one and done for any side. As Foster, a good touch outside to Plumhoff. Badil. Schaefer. Velez to Badil. Chips it to himself. And there's no way he's getting around Van de Castile there. Deep throw in here for the City Islanders. 4-5-2 away from home. 5-3-2 on home turf. And that 2-1 win against, or 2-0 win against Toronto. Jankowskis and Foster with the goals for the City Islanders on Wednesday. That comes after they were hammered by Louisville 5-1 in their previous game. Fondy for Louisville, 4 goals. He was selected the USL Player of the Week. And here's Canardo Forbes knocking on the door. Tribbett knocks it away.
There's been 2 or 3 instances like that already, and beginning to question what's really going on with the Harrisburg defense.
Towards the middle of the field, Ekra heads it to Foster. There's the Jamaican. Forbes comes in, battles Foster, gets it away momentarily. It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. Rochester's 12 goals against, a very impressive number. Number 1 in the USL. And I was kind of hoping to see Miller tonight. He's just 1 shutout away from tying the USL single season record set by Gallardo and Nish. 11 shutouts would be that mark. He'll have to wait at least 1 more week. But as you and I have talked about so many times, Miller has been great, no doubt about that. But the guys in front have been solid.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's just more of a credit to Miller. And he will have to wait, but he's no stranger to it. He will stay composed, and he will definitely get that record.
East, one of the guys he was behind. And this one is off of McMahon. Here for the City Islanders.
Islanders really scrapping, fighting their way into this game somehow.
Time running out on Harrisburg once again. Trying to qualify for the playoffs in dramatic fashion. Walls using his body. Plumhoff goes down. Santos quadruple teamed. Look at that.
Whoa.
And space is open for Dixon as he turns on the Jets. One-on-one with Baril. Dixon turns the corner, still with it. Tripped up in the box, and he points to the spot.
Brilliant play there by Alex Dixon. And that's just what I'm talking about. His pace in behind is going to cause all sorts of trouble for that back line.
You are 100% correct. He is a different player. What a dynamite run. As Harrisburg objecting to the call. Here's a look at it, Christian.
I said it once and I'll say it again. He's been given the license to play, and I think you'll really see the real Alex Dixon from here on out.
The referee, David Mann, did go over and confer with his assistant just to make sure they had things on the right page, and it's going to be put down at the spot for Tony Walls. In the 16th minute, the Rhinos have the PK. Noble on his line. Walls will do the honors. Waits for the whistle. Winds. Fires. Goal! Third goal of the year for Tony Walls. On the PK that Alex Dixon worked so hard to get that call. Little stutter step. Gets Noble going the wrong way, and for Tony Walls, his third goal to go along with 2 assists on the season. The Rhinos won, Harrisburg nothing.
Great goal there by Tony Walls. Get that monkey off his back. We've been giving him a little bit of stick, calling him Tony Two Pens. He had a few penalty mishaps in training, but nothing but respect for the captain.
Makes no mistake there.
No mistake there. He's done well, and I think that'll be great for his confidence going forward. Really boss that midfield the rest of the match. Sorry, I got thrown off. Foster literally caught the ball.
Tried to go for the chest trap with the arms up, and nice little table for the ball to sit on, but
one way to stop the ball.
Pretty easy call for the official. And this sends the long boot downfield, throwing here on the near side for the Rhinos. McMahon to take it.
The versatile Rhinos, as if they didn't have enough options. I think this newer role for Alex Dixon is going to be almost like having an extra new attacker.
He is fresh, he's revived. Dixon with 3 goals, 2 assists, but his last goal coming April 26th against Red Bull 2. But that dynamite run, it's the second or third one we've seen in the first 18 minutes.
I'm telling you, you can just see it in his body language. He's buzzing around today and can't say enough good things. I think it's...
Oh, a nice little cheeky flick there from Dos Santos. Forbes to Mendoza. The Rhinos will pick up a corner kick. Good soccer from the home side.
Absolutely, and well-deserved. The goal came at a perfect time for them, and it's really just feeding into their momentum in this game right now.
Look at this. They're going to call a goal kick.
Ooh, interesting call there.
And a yellow card will go to Mendoza for his involvement here. This is going from bad to worse. 19th minute, Mendoza into the book. He is not one of those players who is sitting on 4 yellow cards. McMahon and Voleski for the Rhinos. Baril and Tribbett for Harrisburg. 1 yellow card away from serving a suspension. Schaefer. Off the head of McMahon. Throwing here for the 26-year-old.
And that's definitely something you don't want to see so early and so innocent in the game. I mean,
pretty soft.
almost tie Mendoza's hands behind his back for the rest of the match. And he's definitely a player who plays with a lot of energy. So
And passion.
yeah, it's curious to see how that'll impact. You never want to see the ref try and take control of the game like that.
Especially after a questionable call like that.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, we continue to play. 20th minute, 1-0. Rhinos lead. Walls on the PK. Plumhoff. McMahon and Plumhoff. A couple elbows flying, and even a ball boy goes down.
It's not the first time we've seen it. He got in a scuffle with Captain Tony Walls a few minutes ago, so he's definitely playing with his fair share of passion as well, isn't he?
Always a very physical battle when these two teams play. It's Foster going outside. Jankowskis. Good job to keep it in play. Tosh will knock it downfield, looking for Dixon once again. Dixon comes up with it. He's been a man on fire. Has he trained this way as well this week? Did you see that extra step?
Dixon is Dixon. He's had that explosiveness, that bit about him to his game. It's just, I mean, it just goes to show, I mean, a good player in his preferred role, a role that really suits his strengths. I mean, you've seen what it can do already.
21 minutes, completely different looking Alex Dixon. Tribbett back to Noble. It's 1-0 Rhinos with the lead, 8-0-2 on home turf. And really the Rhinos doing a great job of creating opportunities. That's one thing Bob Elliott talked about to the press this week, that people look at the defensive numbers and obviously impressed, but the offensive opportunities that you guys have created also very impressive.
Absolutely, and I think we've definitely found the right pair right now. I think you've seen that's been the strongest forward line we've seen all year. It's a good complementing pair right there with DeSantos and Dixon up top.
Santos, big, strong, good bit of speed. Dixon, even more speed. And just when the opposition thinks, okay, maybe we've got the Rhinos figured out, like you said, they throw this Dixon move into the mix.
I mean, to be honest, we surprised ourselves with it as well, because I mean, you've seen the amount of versatility, and now with this late in the season, it's nothing but a boost for the team.
Hats off to Bob Lilly and Pat Erkley, a very athletic, very versatile roster. As they're having a fantastic 2015, the 20th season of Rhino soccer. Plumhoff drives one into the box. Cleared away by Ringhoff. Oh, good little move here from Forbes to Mendoza. Back to Forbes. Oof. Stood up there. Jankowskis.
What a tackle by Tony Walls there.
Two hard tackles.
Tony Walls having a brilliant game so far, really showing well on both sides of the ball.
Ringhoff steps in front of Foster. Couple bounces. Dos Santos gets it outside to Garzi, who's been rather quiet here.
Garzi's
called his
fine?
name. Yeah, haven't called his name at all. Garzi's 20th appearance of the season. That far side. It's a touch on it. Back to Tosh. And Dos Santos offside. Coming back the other way.
Now that being said, Garzi may have not popped up too much, but he's done his share of the work closing down that space in the midfield, so it's definitely something that shouldn't go unnoticed. I think it's been a very complete performance so far in the first 23 minutes from the Rhinos.
Good early showing here, a lot of time left. Levrock.
Big boy.
Kauskis, another big guy. Picks up a throw-in. Amanda Castillo to Walls.
Cheeky little pass off his face there by Walls.
Chest, face, whatever it takes.
Hey, when your confidence is out, you pass it off anything.
Badil, he'll switch it over to the near side for Schaefer. Harrisburg looking for a way to get in here. As Plumhoff spins around. Still with Schaefer. Chipped into the box. Foster tried the one-time volley, couldn't pull the trigger. Still has it. Battles back to the top of the 18. Ekra's shot blocked by Garzi.
Absolutely smothered by white shirts there.
And this one unable to be kept in play. Throw coming up here for the Rhinos. And be sure to become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. The USL on Facebook. Long shot from distance, and that's what Harrisburg has had to resort to, is that wall of defense for the Rhinos. Just clamping things down in the back.
Yeah, and you're going to need a lot more than that to beat Adam Grinwis. I think we spoke about Brandon Miller earlier, but Grinwis as well has shown every time he stepped on the field that he is to be taken seriously as well.
Grinwis out of the University of Michigan, the team co-captain. 23-year-old. There's Tosh. Garzi has to hustle just to keep possession. Deflected forward now, Plumhoff and the Harrisburg City Islanders coming forward. Plumhoff settles it down. Tribbett, Leverock. No one there but Forbes. Little jersey tug, play out. Castile, nobody working on this near side. 26th minute. Throwing here for the City Islanders.
No problems with that at all. Just air it out. Sometimes you have to. I think it's been a very active first 26 minutes, though.
Here's Van de Castile. Good composure. That's deflected, though. Able to dance through a couple of City Islander players.
It's definitely something you like to see. In my opinion, I love that from a center back. I mean, you've got a composed player who really sets the tone for the rest of the possession. And him breaking that first line of pressure just with a quick dribble really kind of disorients the first line of defense from Harrisburg.
Excellent point. Good to see that from Van de Castile. Plumhoff starting to see a little more of the ball here. He's got 5 goals and 6 assists on the season. The 24-year-old, as Christian mentioned, out of LaSalle University. Now we have a break here. Follow at USL on Twitter. Become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways at USL on Twitter. Man will be sent back a few yards. They have a chance to redo the throw-in. Rhinos back in action on Sunday, August 30th against St. Louis, 4 p.m. right here at Salem Stadium. And speaking of St. Louis, how about that result on Thursday against Charleston? It was 2-0 the Battery. And then St. Louis wins it 3-2 with a stoppage time goal by Aaron Horton.
I think it's been a very emotional season for St. Louis. It's not the first time they came up with a big late surge win like that.
Their first home victory since May. Former Rhino Mike Ambersley also getting on the score sheet. As the Battery were looking to close some space between themselves and the Rhinos, but stuck at 36 points after that devastating loss.
Oh, absolutely. And like I mentioned earlier, Coach Lilly said it's about not blinking from here on out. And I think flat out, Battery just took a nap. They've been dropping points left and right, and I think Louisville's really capitalized on it.
Those two teams play tonight. Louisville hosting Charleston at Slugger Field. They kicked off at 7:30. We'll get an update on that one momentarily. But you're right, Charleston has dropped points on a consistent basis as Baril. Dangerous ball at the 6, knocked away by Ringhoff.
Ringhoff wanting nothing to do with that ball. Sent it up to Rosie.
Tribbett. Now central for Leverock. Outside for Cruz. Jan Ekra. Good ball forward, but Tosh reads it well. There's Santos. to Tosh. We're in the 30th minute. If you're just tuning in, Tony Walls, PK. In the 17th, Noble will get there before Dos Santos. He'll do his Rosie version and regroup the Harrisburg City defense. Throwing for Tosh, 23-year-old out of Chicago.
I think he's having a brilliant rookie season. I think he showed a lot, tremendous versatility, playing at left back, right back, holding mid. Dabbled a bit at center back early in the year. I mean,
yeah, we have seen him all over the place.
It's great to see because he's done well in every single one of those positions.
He succeeded in all those spots, and for a young player at 23 years old, it's going to show well for his future.
Absolutely. He's a player who just keeps his head down and works. The next step for him, I'd like to see him really solidify and capitalize on one position so he can show all his strengths, because he's got plenty.
And with all the expansion taking place, young players like yourself and Sean Tosh and so many other guys will have so many more opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
It's Forbes looking for a cutback, and Schaefer who blocks it away. Lehigh Valley selected as the 27th team.
Speaking of, that's I think that's the team that has caused, I wouldn't say caused a bit of problems, but
a little heartbreak.
Yeah, it's shooken things up a bit in the
absolutely.
Harrisburg organization. So
Harrisburg affiliated with the Philadelphia Union of Major League Soccer. That will come to an end. That partnership was established in 2010, but now with Lehigh Valley coming in as the 27th franchise, they'll be owned and operated by the Union. Just look at that last Mendoza takedown. First one there, it was Dixon who went down. And Mendoza got finished off. 32nd minute free kick for the Rhinos. Chipped into the box. Tosh. Looking for Van de Castile. Can't keep this one in play. Coming out on a goal kick for Nick Noble. We'll go short to Schaefer. Tribbett, Leverock, Cruz.
gonna make a hole in the turf.
A lot of moves, a lot of action going on there.
How dare he?
I think it was the song that was playing. He started getting his groove on.
Not damage, the plush Salem turf. How dare he?
Plush, being kind. Badil, poked away by Garzi. Off the foot of Tosh, and it'll be a throw-in coming up on the far side.
Plush turf effector there, as we saw.
Harrisburg has a pretty thick surface at their Skyline Sports Complex. At times, from watching on their YouTube feed, it seems like the grass is really long or thick.
It's been, I mean, it's been mentioned by a few players. I've been there myself. It's, it plays a factor. I think you saw in the Open Cup match, we had a few breakaways. I want to say Asani Samuels had one, just took off, and the ball just stopped right under. It was almost like as if there's like you saw the puddle of water here with the Harrisburg match. Sorry, the Pittsburgh match. So it definitely turns into a factor.
And how is the transition? Training, playing home games on the field turf, and then going to a natural grass surface. Is it a few minutes of the first half where you kind of get used to the speed of the game?
I think a bit of the opposite, to be honest. As the game goes on, I mean, obviously it's a shock at first. It's a different surface, but I think you find that some of your muscles tend to feel it a little more. The grass gives a bit more, so your calves tend to tighten up. I know for me personally, when I go back to grass after playing on turf, I definitely feel it, especially plugging away the minutes in the midfield. You definitely feel it.
It's an interesting comparison, moving from one surface to the other. There's the Rhinos holding on to a 1-0 lead as we approach the final 10 minutes of first half action. And let's mention that Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. We'll come back for the City Islanders. Schaefer looking for options. Darcy giving to Valles. Ekra to Cruz. And to Castile. Good hard win. There's one, here's two. One-time shot. Jankowskis is up and way over the goal. Grinwis to get this one back into play. The former Michigan Bucks PDL goalkeeper. PDL goalkeeper of the year back in 2012 during his Michigan college days.
And it seems the Rhinos have switched up the midfield a little bit. You see Mike Garzi in more of a deep holding mid-roll, really breaking things up. Canardo's dropped over to the right, so changing stuff, showing their versatility in games as well.
Foster, oh, that's a good shot, and Grinwis maybe backpedaling a little bit, had to reach.
I think that was all just for the cameras. Adam Grinwis had that the whole way home. I've seen him surprising. I don't want to take anything away from him, but surprisingly athletic. It's actually something that's very
snagging that one out of the air.
Impressive to see how athletic he really is.
Big save there. His first of the half. Gets it once again. Here's a look at it. A shot from the Jamaican Foster from way downtown. Actually a little chip. But the amount of work that Foster had to get through just to get the shot away.
And I mean, it's been like that the whole night for them. They're really going to have to earn their shots today because the Rhinos aren't giving them anything. And credit there, I think you saw the only reason he got a shot off was off a lucky bounce, really. Collided there with Captain Tony Walls, which a lot of players don't come out of that very clean.
Garzi on sides. If Mendoza can keep it in play, he should be able to. The attack continues. Mendoza into the box. Forbes.
Oh.
He went for the one-timer. Knew what he was thinking, just couldn't get all of it.
Didn't connect quite as clean as he wanted to. Would have been a brilliant goal.
Here's a look at it.
Forbesy decided to go with the shin guard instead of the laces on that one.
You can see he probably wanted to swerve it just outside the post and back inside to the keeper's right. Just didn't get all of it. Walls back to ring off. Dos Santos to Dixon. Quick touch forward, Canardo Forbes. 38th minute on the near flank. Driven ball over Dos Santos. Dixon brings it down.
Oh.
Left it there, but Ekra the only one there for the City Islanders.
Bit of miscommunication there by Alex Dixon and Tony Walls.
Quick counterattack.
One wanted to leave it for the other to shoot, and
Ekra, a good bit of work. Draws the foul.
a good strong tackle there by Mike Garzi, telling him, you know, you're not going to get in here easy tonight.
All of this a result of that communication breakdown at the top of the 18.
Just a simple mistake. Like I said, one wanted to leave it for the other. Each of them was trying to be a bit unselfish, and it just happens, part of the game. But good recovery. I think you saw the two players who did leave it up at that 18 were backing, stopping Ekra on that play.
Foster. Santos takes it away and also stepped on his foot. Badil. Swerving shot, deflected, doesn't make it through. Jankowskis. This ball picked up by Badil.
Bit of a dangerous game the Rhinos are playing right now. Cleared 2 of those balls right smack dab to the middle of the 18.
Well, Harrisburg started to get a feel for the game a little bit. Here's Badil, a Spaniard. Spent 14 years at the Real Madrid Academy. 7 years old when he first signed up with that storied club. Here's Badil with the ball now.
You begin to wonder how he ended up here. How did he hear about Harrisburg? What
What's
brought
the
him
story?
over?
What's
Yeah.
the backstory?
Curious, because I think football is a game that can take you places you never thought you'd be.
23 years old, so still a lot of game left in number 8, Jose Badil. Valles. Schaefer cannot keep it in, and throwing coming up here for Canardo Forbes. McMahon throwing in front of the City Islanders bench. There's Badil. Ekra. Outside for Cruz. Back to Ekra. Right away by Ringhoff.
Ekra really making an effort to play make, to really get on the ball and try and see it through to his forwards. It's causing a bit of trouble.
Jan Ekra, very impressive resume. He's from the Ivory Coast, has played in France with the Lyon Reserves, also in England with Hull. Also played in Greece.
And him and Apostolopoulos will have a
Little conversation.
few stories to reminisce on.
Maybe a little hero after the game. Hope I said that right.
It's definitely not gyro. So.
Otherwise, we'll hear it from George and Vasily. 42nd minute. The Oak Street Brigade doing something there.
Getting creative, that's for sure.
Don't forget that all USL regular season and playoff games available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Jankowskis to Foster. It's been a lonely man up top there among the big Rhino defenders. Cruz keeps this one away from Mendoza. Walls, Velez, and call made against Johnny Mendoza, I'm sorry. Badil, 43rd minute, Rhinos 1-0 lead, PK by Tony Walls in the 17th.
Rhinos not really finding the same success with this little midfield change as they did early off.
Forbes looking to spring Dixon off the head of Schaefer. We'll hear from McMahon.
Is that on the resume?
Approaching the 44th minute.
Skills.
Dos Santos to Forbes.
I think it's skills, right?
Deflected by Badil. McMahon once again will pick up 10 yards and another throw-in. Ringhoff. On the near side, flag comes up. Out of Forbes being offside. Don't forget the Rhinos are home Sunday, August 30th. St. Louis comes to town. Afternoon soccer here at Salem Stadium. 4 p.m. kickoff. For tickets, visit rhinosoccer.com for more information. This one will be done again. Schaefer. Back to Tribbett. There's Noble. Loose ball picked up by Ekra. Gets away from one. Good touch forward, Badil. Nice work here. Schaefer with some space on the near side. Plumhoff.
First touch lets him down there and really thwarts the attack.
Let's come away with it. And it's off of the City Islanders as we're in the 45th minute. Looks like we're going to have 1 minute of stoppage time. Here in half number one, shots, 3 apiece. It was all Rhinos the first 20 minutes, and then it's somewhat slowed down as Harrisburg got a feel for the game and saw a lot more of the ball.
I think they lost a bit of their hold on the match, the Rhinos. You're seeing Canardo Forbes, the team's playmaker, over to the right now, using his energy more to track back rather than create. So it's, I think you're seeing the effects of it.
There's Ekra. Into the box, Plumhoff heads it down, but nowhere near the frame, and Grinwis will be able to put this one back into play. A full slate of games in the USL tonight. As we mentioned, Louisville hosting Charleston, Pittsburgh, and Charlotte going at it. And there's just a few points that separate teams in the 6th place of each conference. So it's going to be a wild finish down the stretch in the USL. Even Montreal, what a run they have had. 6-1-1 in their last 8 games.
I will say they, even though they didn't get the points early on, they would string together a few good sequences, a few good performances. I think it's all coming together. They also signed a new forward who's really added a whole new dimension to their game.
Philippe Ulafra, they'll be very happy with his FC Montreal side. And this one over the far sideline as we wait the first half whistle, and they'll be attacking from right to left. As we're checking to see if there are any changes here in half number 2. No substitutions, thanks to John Catalano, our producer today, in the production trailer on the far side of the stadium. Thanks to John and his entire crew for all their excellent work throughout this season. Well, the Rhinos made a shift maybe midway through that first half where they brought Dixon back, a couple other changes in the midfield. It kind of slowed down that momentum they had. We'll see if they get back to Dixon up top. With Dos Santos, he was running wild.
Oh, it definitely did. It changed the whole dynamic of their attack, defense, everything. I mean, you've pulled the playmaker out right in Canardo Forbes. Garzi was putting in a great shift, really clogging those holes on the left. So now it's interesting to see how it did affect the game.
Here's Dixon to Forbes. Outside to McMahon. Quick touch looking for Dixon. It's behind him. Tribbett. Inside. To Plumhoff. That's Jankowskis, I'm sorry. Really tucked away. McMahon has it. No changes either side here as we begin half number 2. Our side, Jankowskis. 4 goals, 1 assist for Jankowskis, who played at Syracuse before going to Lander University. Broken up by Van de Castile. And foul called as it was Garzi who went down. Rochester leading at the half. 6-0 on the season. Grinless will do the honors. McMahon battles with Jankowskis. Dixon comes in as well. Now played central.
Interesting ball right to the middle of the field.
Santos looking for it, but Tribbett will head it back to Nick Noble. Tribbett takes a touch. Shove from behind and then a trip. Garzi called for the foul. 1 yellow card issued in the first half. Mendoza in the 19th minute.
Interesting call, that.
Valles. Picked up by the City Islanders, Ekra. Now Cruz. Dixon, good little speed. And Leverock will be issued a yellow card for that obstruction. 48th minute.
Once again, good start to the half by the Rhinos. Dixon once again appearing, hassling those defenders, and we'll see if they can continue this momentum a bit longer this half.
Dixon was explosive. He was dynamite. You could see that first 20 minutes, he was in such a good rhythm. Let's hope he can find that form once again.
Completely. You saw it in his body language and everything. He looked like he was having fun.
Could feel it from up here.
Absolutely. It's great to see.
Tosh, swerving ball. Headed away. Mendoza battles with Plumhoff on the near side. Out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos momentarily after Tribbett gets looked at. He was down at his own 6. He's helped up and should be okay to continue. Tribbett, a 22-year-old out of Drexel University. And while we have a break, make sure you visit the new USLsoccer.com. Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub, USLsoccer.com. There's Tosh. Over Dos Santos, no on the backside for the Rhinos. Noble, former Chicago and LA keeper in Major League Soccer. Cruz, Plumhoff. 5 goals, 6 assists for Plumhoff, but he's been held in check so far. Takes his side back here on the near sideline. There's his touch. Badil. Akra gets tangled up in his feet, and Dos Santos comes away with it. The big man taken down inside the center circle.
Showing great strength, coming back and helping that do the defensive side of his role.
6 goals on the season for the 25-year-old Dos Santos. 4 of those 6 are the big ones, game winners.
Absolutely.
51st minute, the Rhinos won, Harrisburg nothing. For Dos Santos, Leverock. Bouncing ball, he'll step to it. He'll play it. Ekra. Man backpedaling, knocks it away. Here's Canardo Forbes.
As you saw there, the 3 guys up front for Harrisburg all took off. There was no angle, no passing lane for Ekra to get the ball through.
Harrisburg starting the attack once again. Tribbett, Eric Cruz. Plumhoff denied by Tosh and cleared away by Mendoza. Dos Santos, a high boot almost to the head. No call made. That was inches away from the big man. Plumhoff battles inside the 18 against Mendoza and Tosh. The Rhinos come away with it. Deflected. Dos Santos. Leverock pokes it away, the 23-year-old. Oh, good little work here from Dos Santos. Good ball.
By
Dixon
Dos Santos.
around the keeper. Wide open net. Shot.
No.
And the flag is up. No goal.
I do not know about that
No goal. Very close.
one. I definitely don't know about that one.
Offside is the call. Crowd is in disbelief. There may have been a City Islander defender on the far side who kept him on. Here's a good look at it. Great work from Dos Santos. Christian, what do you think?
I don't know.
So
It's a
close.
tough angle, but it was a brilliant play. I really don't think that was offsides, but nothing we can do about it now.
The crowd, the Rhinos bench up in arms. The result is a corner kick now for Harrisburg.
Nonetheless, what a play by Dos Santos and Dixon. I think, like I said earlier, it's a new. I think we found the strongest front line we've had all year.
Great work from Dos Santos. Love those diagonal balls. I thought he may have been onside.
They just complement each other so well. I think it's the rest of the league's in trouble. I'll say that.
They continue to play this style. It's going to be entertaining for us up here, I tell you that. Another corner kick, plumb off. And away by Canardo. Forbes, that is. And this one's right into the arms of Grinwis. Well, fans not happy with that call, but as you said, nothing you can do about it now. Tosh finds a wide open Mendoza. Pushing it into the 18 is Mendoza. Low cross. Cruz gets a foot on it. Badil leaves it there, but a ring off like a steamroller.
Making a statement there.
Plumoff looked up and said, no, I'll leave this one alone. Foster knocked away by Van de Castile. Again, Dixon forward. Good move by Dixon. Taken down at the box,
once
and
again.
it will be a red card immediately issued to Jan Ekra. Now, is it a PK or a top of the 18? Dixon has created havoc all night long, and it'll be just outside the 18. Wow.
I'm telling you, Alex Dixon is making a statement. This is definitely a season-changing game for him. I think he's really put his foot down and said, look, I'm here to stay. And I'm telling you, it's trouble. Nothing but trouble. Him and Dos Santos are.
Here's a look at it. We'll see. There's definitely a foul. Was he in the box or not? Wow. That is so tough to tell. Here's a great look at it from field level. Ekra is the player who's called for the foul as he's been sent off immediately. And it is just outside the 18. A restart here for the Rhinos. As there's some confusion on the field as the referee's assistant told him to slow things down as Ekra has not left the field just yet.
And Alex Dixon, man of the match performance, I'd say. He's been nothing but trouble. Defensively as well. Like I said, I think his body language, his urgency, his eagerness to play is shown on both sides of the ball.
Outstanding run in the 17th minute. He was tripped in the box, leading to the Walls PK. And this one, once again, a dangerous opportunity from the hard work of Alex Dixon. Wall steps in, shot, wide.
Good hit, had the right dip on it, just a touch wide, but.
So Harrisburg will now play with a man down for the final 35-plus minutes.
Tables have turned a bit from the Open Cup match, haven't they? And I think you saw Johnny Mendoza bring everyone in right before the free kick. I don't doubt that something along those lines was mentioned. Look, now we're in control. We've got to really manage the game and see it out.
1-0, 57th minute. An exciting start to half number 2. As Dixon called offside for the one where he dribbled the keeper and then almost did it again. Ekra took him down. Last defender. Immediate red card shown by David Mon. So we'll see how Harrisburg makes the adjustment. Looks like Foster will stay up there as the lone striker. Santos gets a little deflection on it. Leverock has to clear it over the near sideline. Throw coming up for the Rhinos. No substitutions made for either side. As it'll be Tosh to take it. Quickly to Mendoza. Broken up by Cruz. Down to Castile, chest to Walls, outside looking for Forbes. Should be some space and time for possession when Rochester has the ball. Mendoza to Vanda Castile.
And it's a new situation for the Rhinos. It's not one we've been in many times this year, so I'm definitely curious to see how they adapt, how they see out this game.
You definitely don't want to take the pedal, the foot off the pedal, though. And kind of just sit back and knock it around, really for two reasons. One, you want to keep them under pressure, and two, you still have to entertain the home crowd.
Absolutely.
As Foster and Harrisburg try to break out, Vanda Castile has enough of that. To Mendoza, looks, takes a touch away from pressure. Good ball forward for Dixon. Dixon and Leverock. Off of Dixon. Mendoza, a fighter to the very last whistle.
Always puts in a shift, Johnny Mendoza. He's been just a bundle of energy, really causing a lot of trouble for the Harrisburg team as well.
And he played with Orlando, played with the U23s, then Orlando City. Played 9 games back in 2013. Even then you could tell there was something special there with Johnny Mendoza.
Absolutely, even from his PDL days with the U23, which he captained that side. I got to play against him that year. And
Santos is on, and a good goal-saving tackle there from Tribbett.
got to play against him that year, and he was really the brain of that team, not only with the ball, but his energy really translated to everybody else on the team. So credit to him. He's made a career out of it. That's what he's known for.
It was a signing when it was made by the Rhinos that fans were very happy to see, and Noble's going to be issued a yellow card here in the 60th minute for dissent. Not happy with the delay here on these Rhinos corner kick.
I think Harrisburg really holding on to that red card a bit heavily, showing their frustration.
Always chippy, always intense when these two teams play. Let's see if Harrisburg can keep some composure here as Forbes will pick up another corner kick for the Rhinos. Second one of the game. We're in the 60th minute.
Rhinos corner kick.
Forbes Mendoza will set it up once again. Mendoza driven into the box. Schaefer clears it. Cruz does the rest. There's McMahon to Garzi. No one on the end of that one. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Christian Silva there, day in and day out. Or is it Twitter? Which one is it? What do you prefer, Facebook or Twitter?
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like they're all linked in a way. Post one-on-one and
You mean they're not the same thing? You young guys, it's probably Twitter. I'm still using MySpace.
Are you?
61st minute, this one harmlessly out of bounds, and David Mann telling the Rhinos to speed it up. It's the second time he's talked to them about this. Corner kick earlier and now on the throw-in. Over the head of Garzi, Vanda Castile helps clean up the mess. Tosh. Throwing here for Harrisburg on the near side, Jankowski. Badil. Cruz. Tribbett. Leverock. Foster. 4 games played, 2 goals. He's been a welcome addition. Up top, though, tonight against the big, tough Rhinos defense. Limited to 1 shot so far. McMahon. Rhinos just trying to figure out this man advantage situation. Garzi driving way back to receive that one.
I'm not sure why all the changes. It's there was something that was working, and but we'll see. We'll see how they finish off the game.
There's Walls. Mendoza to Garzi. Just stretch out the field, keep possession, look for the chance to go forward. As McMahon gets it to Forbes. Broken up by Ken Tribbett. There's Garzi. Back to McMahon. Rhinos have all day here, this part of the field, to possess. Walls. There's Santos, lays it off for Dixon. Rejuvenated. The new Alex Dixon on the ball now.
I think he's definitely found his role.
Into the box.
Brilliant cross as well, almost leads to a goal.
Forbes. And able to get a piece of it. And a throw in on the far side for the Rhinos. As it looks like Harrisburg will go to the bench momentarily. Van de Castile finds Tosh. Back to Grant, Van de Castile. Garzi. Outside for Forbes. Always looking to make something happen. Dixon lays it off, no one on the backside. Knocked out of play. It'll be Andy Luban, the 23-year-old. He'll make his third appearance of the season. So he gets the shin guards ready. First change coming up for the City Islanders. A little tug on the arm by Walls. Baril goes down. Free kick for Harrisburg. Good ball forward to Foster. Still Foster.
What a ball.
Jankowski. Harrisburg a man down, a shot right at Grinwis.
Two piercing passes there by the Harrisburg team. Barilla with the first through ball and Foster with another one.
Baril again.
Barill's been an absolute pleasure to watch, I must say.
He does not make many mistakes.
His composure is unbelievable. You can definitely tell the effects of being brought up in a Real Madrid system.
Might help just a little bit.
I think it does.
Space for Dixon. Well, Santos was taken off. Dixon held on to it. He hit Forbes as well. Far side looking for Canardo. Forbes settles it. Forbes. Walls. Quick touch. McMahon won't get there.
Good idea. Good idea. Pat McMahon was open. And the Rhinos doing well so far with the possession, I think. They're showing a lot of movement, a lot of eagerness to get on the ball. And I think that's the most important thing. When you do want to possess, everyone's got to want the ball.
Brett Jankowskis will come off. And Luban will come on. This change in the 66th minute. And if you look over down at the Rhinos bench, there's a man who was sitting to my right the last couple of games who's going to make his return from an ankle injury. Ottawa Obasi.
Former fellow from the broadcasting fraternity. Great.
It's a tough one to crack, but you guys have done it. Congratulations.
Nah, it's great to see him. Excited to see what Obasi does this game. I think Rhinos have missed a bit of his flair and his one-on-one prowess. That's another great through ball to Canardo Ford.
There's Santos. Shot at the goal! Dos Santos gets number 7. 2-0 Rochester.
What a ball by Canardo Forbes. And there you see it. Said it once, say it again. It's a deadly 2 up front for the Rhinos.
He's got a player coming in hard in Tribbett, but still able to fight him off and bury his 7th of the season. Forbes gets his 3rd assist, and it was a good one.
Showed great strength, great composure, and a calm, cool finish there at the end.
Santos in the 67th minute, stretching this out 2-0.
Rhinos goal scored by number 10, Steven Umberto.
Broken up there by Garzi, who was looking to get the return from Dixon, couldn't. Schaefer and Harrisburg on the far side. Back to Velez.
Estos Santos from Forbes in the
Varela.
67th.
Trivet. 2-0, the Rhinos lead. They've also got the man advantage. Acra sent off in the 55th minute. And tackle as the last defender on Dixon, putting Harrisburg down a man. Dixon's been a nightmare when he's revved that engine and started running at the defense.
It's definitely stumbled upon the best pairing we've seen all year, and at the right time.
Absolutely. Gonna need to score come playoff time. Harrisburg has an idea here with Foster. It's taken down by Garzi. It'll be a free kick, middle of the field, about 35 yards out for the City Islanders. Velez, Schaefer over the ball. Or Plumhoff, I'm sorry. 2 in the wall for the Rhinos. Chipped into the box. Grinwis gets the punch and out to the far side. Throwing for Tribbett and the City Islanders. Quickly taken to Plumhoff. Schaefer. Leverock. Headed away by Forbes to McMahon. Into Castile. Again, composed coming up the middle.
Can't say enough good things about him back
Doesn't
there.
get rattled?
No, he does well. He's got almost like a center mid's composure.
Former draft pick back in 2014 of the Colorado Rapids.
You can see why, can't you?
And to Castile. Good win by Garzi. Dixon. Dos Santos is in again. Dos Santos into the 18, the shot! Right at the keeper, the rebound! Goal! Dos Santos! That's number 8 on the season. And he jumps up ahead of Voleski for the team lead in goals with 8.
Well deserved. I think it was only a matter of time. Dos Santos has been hot for some time now, and he's shown that he is one of the deadlier strikers right here in the USL.
And he doesn't quit. Noble makes the first save. What a good swerving ball outside of the foot from Tosh. And for Sean Tosh, his first points of the season on the assist. Beautiful ball.
I must say, you can't, I mean, with a pass like that, who wouldn't score? What a brilliant ball by Sean Tosh as well, who's, like I said and we mentioned earlier, has been showing that he has so much to his game. He's so versatile, and it's paying off.
3-0, the Rhinos lead it. They're going to say unassisted, but in my book, Tosh gets the assist.
Tosh scored half the goal at that one.
The changes now coming fast and furious as Plumhoff tries to work it into the 18, broken up by you know who.
The one, the only, Graham Van de Castile.
This substitution for your
There's Forbes. Obasi, by the way, did come on for Mendoza in the 71st minute.
replacing number 11,
Obasi on for Mendoza in minute number 71. Here's Ottawa.
Just saying, excuse me.
Tripped up immediately by Luban. And it'll be a restart coming up for the Rhinos. Quickly into the box. Dos Santos looking for the hat trick. He's been relentless. And his good work wins a corner kick for the Rhinos. So much going on here. Goals, substitutions.
Yeah.
Dyer is coming on now for Harrisburg. Vallas will come off in the 73rd minute. Second change of the game for the Harrisburg City Islanders. Timmy Mulgrew also will be coming on for the Rhinos momentarily.
I think you're seeing the Rhinos are finding even a new gear that they haven't really found before yet this year. And it's great to see, like I said, once again, couldn't be coming at a better time.
For the Rhinos, looking at the last time they scored 3 goals in a game. Let's double check that before we go public with it. I believe it was April 11th.
Montreal?
At Montreal.
I played that game, actually.
See?
Back in the day.
Back in the day, just a few months ago. April 11th, 3-0 at Montreal. Last time Rochester scored 3 in a USL game. The header, and cleared away by the City Islanders. The Rhinos are looking for more. They did score 3 goals in the U.S. Open Cup game against Harrisburg on May the 27th. But giving up goals has been an issue all season long for the City Islanders. Came in with 42 against. And only Vancouver and Arizona have given up more goals.
And I will say, small correction, as I do know for a fact, because I was at that game, the second time we played up at Montreal, Santos did have an assist that game, so this would be second assist on the year.
Second assist. Good news there for Mr. Tosh.
Which was another brilliant ball. Like I said, scored half the goal with that pass.
He sure did. Great vision there as Dos Santos is down. Hopefully he'll be able to continue, maybe even look to get that 3rd on the evening. He's still down though. There's Dyer, the 20-year-old from Jamaica who came on in the 73rd minute. Picks up a throw-in for Harrisburg. And with this stop, Mulgrew will have a chance to come on. So Santos is up and trying to shake it off. And we'll wait for the Mulgrew substitution.
Fans, it is time to tell you, if you're in the lucky row, the recently section 129 row A, congratulations.
It'll be Alex Dixon who will be coming off
129A.
for Timmy Mulgrew.
Everyone in this row will receive a Rhinos 20th
Here's Dixon. Maybe one last push for him.
All-State. Congratulations.
Looking for Walls. Walls, the shot!
Oh,
And no! It's just wide of the post. Agonizingly just wide as we watched it just trickle past the leg of Noble and just off the mark.
literally inches. Would have been great to see Tony Walls get a second goal. He's been another one who's had a brilliant performance tonight on both sides of the ball. Sometimes being the unsung hero, but he's done well. He's done brilliantly tonight.
There's a look at it, Christian.
And that was a save, actually.
So a corner kick coming up for the Rhinos. Alex Dixon comes off in the 76th minute.
Absolute round of applause there for Alex Dixon. I think he just nothing but smiles from Bob Lilly, just seeing that he's got a essentially a brand new striker right now, because he had him as a winger, and now it's.
There's the delivery. Noble punches it down into the turf. And again, the changes coming fast and furious. Rolfe and Samuels will come on for Rochester. Johnson will come on for Harrisburg.
And the Rhinos doing quite the opposite of what we said. They're pushing the pedal even further and further. And like I said, they're finding a new gear. I think it's been almost an eye-opening performance for the Rhinos. Really seeing that they can do a lot more than they even thought they could.
3-0, 77th minute. Garzi, Tosh. Giving up, Schaefer comes away with it.
Tosh, I think, fancied himself there and then changed his mind last second. Would have loved to see him get a goal to cap off this performance.
Quick restart, referee didn't like it. And this will give a chance for Harrisburg to bring on Shane Johnson. And Jose Barrio will come off. Third change of the game in the 78th minute. Johnson, his 17th appearance of the season. Restart just inside their own half. Harrisburg with Tribbett to take it. Rhinos have two more players getting ready to come on in Sonny Samuels and Colin Rolfe. Bossy to Garzi. All the way back to Grinwis. And a little swipe by Dyer, taking down Mike Garzi. I'm surprised there's no yellow card there.
Shoved his elbow in the back of his neck.
Fans, be sure to join us on the field following tonight's match for the meet and greet with our players, coaches, and of course, the Rhinettes. Please enter and exit the field near section 101.
Back to Ringhoff, Tosh.
Not permitted on the field.
Possession, their own half, man advantage, 55th minute red card to Ekra. Things have opened up here for Rochester to take a 3-0 lead. Garzi. McMahon showing, cutting around one, outside to Canardo Forbes. High delivery into the box. Noble gets the two-hand punch on it. And it'll be a near side throw in for the Rhinos. And this will give Rochester a chance to bring on Sonny Samuels. He will take out Canardo Forbes. What do you think about his performance tonight?
I think we lost a bit of Canardo when we saw him move out right. He was forced to do a lot more of the work that he's willing and able to do, but it's not to his strengths, my personal opinion. But nonetheless, started the game strong, and you got to see those playmaking abilities.
And Dos Santos will also come off in the 80th minute. 2 goals, his 7th, 8th of the season, and he gets a huge round of applause.
Another round of applause. I think he's solidified himself as the top striker on the team, and well-deserved. Another 2 goals really helped boost his goal count.
And the 4th and 5th substitutions made by Harrisburg. It is Pettis on for Foster and McCord on for Plumhoff. And that is it for 5 substitutions. 80th minute. Time of the City Islanders' 4th and 5th substitutions. McCord, 23 years old, only played 8 minutes this season. Get some time here tonight as they trail 3-0. Approaching the 81st minute. Out of play on the near side. Throw coming up here for Harrisburg. Rolfe coming on for Dos Santos. 19 games played, 2 goals, 1 assist.
Second substitution for Harrisburg entering the match.
Garrett Pettis also came on, a 25-year-old, whose family are part owners of the City Islanders. Pettis making his 20th appearance of the season to go along with 2 goals. Spent a season here in Rochester playing indoors with the Lancers. 11 games played and 1 goal in that wild and crazy indoor game. There's Obasi. Rolfe. Picked up by McCord. Knocked off the ball. Oh, a good move, Tosh. Drags it around 1. Gonna go for more, splits 2. And he's taken down. Boy, is he confident.
Like I said, it's been a long time coming as well for Santos. He's shown well in every single position he's played, and I think he's decided that now is his time to start showing that he can give more than just being a role player. So I'm really happy to see his performance today.
Now, you guys are roommates, correct?
We are.
So if he keeps playing like this, he's going to ask you for dinner, laundry. He's looking good.
Nah, he's been playing great, and it's good to see.
2 in the wall, Mulgrew, a deep delivery, Noble. Snatch that one out of the air. There's Pettis, his first touch. Finds Dyer. Mishandles that one. Samuels has it outside the Walls. Good work by Walls. Low cross. Blocked. Gets it again. Wins the corner kick. No, goal kick.
Oh, don't know
Off
about
of
that
Tony
one.
Walls. Follow at USL on Twitter. Become a league insider. Join club conversations. Have a chance at exclusive giveaways. And Nike is also a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Tony Wall is showing a different side to his game the last few minutes, just dribbling one-on-one and really floating by these players.
3-0. Commanding lead here for the Rhinos. Starting to get into the flow and really have some fun with this.
Absolutely, and I think it's been probably, I don't want to say it too early, but I think it's late enough. It's been the most complete performance all year from the Rhinos. And they're showing a whole new dimension to their game, a possession, attack-oriented style that it's fun to watch and it's definitely effective.
Well-deserved 3-0 lead for the Rhinos. And love to see the change that has been brought with Alex Dixon. He just seemed to be stuck on that 3 goals since the end of April. Now, a totally new look. Mulgrew. Garzi.
Nice bit of skill there by Tony Walls. I don't think he did it so quick. I don't think you appreciate exactly what he did, but it was not an easy skill and did well. Drew the foul there.
On the near side, Mulgrew. Flag comes up for offside. And this will give us a chance to make the 5th and final substitution. Vasily Apostolopoulos will come on, and Mike Garzi will come off in the 84th minute. 5th substitution for the Rhinos, 10th overall. I tell you, if my pencil isn't sharp, I'm in trouble.
And Julian, the enforcer, moves up to the midfield. As if the midfield wasn't doing well enough. They've got the German engine there now.
Played back to Apostolopoulos, all the way back to Grinwis, 85th minute. Shots 8 for the Rhinos, 4 for the City Islanders. Corner kicks 4-2 in favor of the Rhinos. And saves 3 for Grinwis, 1 credited to Noble. Fouls. Harrisburg almost doubling the Rhinos, 15-8. McMahon. Van de Castile.
Once again, breaking the first line of pressure. And see, that's the damage it does. Now you've got Harrisburg chasing backwards.
Good ball for Rolfe into the 18. Puts it across.
Whoa.
What a save from Noble. The rebound put home by Asani Samuels. And he scores his first in USL play. Well, 2 goals, and it was excellent work. They never quit on the play.
What a ball. What a ball by Santos. What an even better cross there by Colin Rolfe. Showed a great bit of patience, skill, timing, just to see that ball right back across to Hassani Samuels.
And you can see when the ball comes to Rolfe, he's got his head up, he's looking. What are the options? Great save by Noble. But just not enough to keep it out of the net. As Mulgrew congratulates Hassani Samuels. As he's got his first in USL play, not counting US Open Cup. And it's 4-0.
And I will be honest, as the ball bounced across his body, I was wondering what Colin was doing and made me eat my words. Not somebody who's seen a lot of minutes. We haven't seen a lot from him, but he has shown that he is a quality player, and you can tell right off from that pass.
4-0, highest goal output of the season for the Rhinos. Surpassing the 3-0 Montreal win on April the 11th. '87th minute. Schaefer and Harrisburg trailing by 4. Here's McCord to Pettis. Luban. Outside, Van de Castile will get there before Schaefer. And knock it forward. Samuels battles with Luban. Deflected into the box, knocked away by Apostolopoulos. Wall's a good little flick for Rolfe. Tosh. Asani Samuels. Fresh legs, turning it on the far side. Dyer comes over to slow him down. Samuels shouldered off the ball.
Yeah, Timmy Mulgrew and Tony Walsh in the box, eager to score their goals as well.
Everyone looking for more.
Fans, make sure you make your
You can feel it. The Rhinos haven't let up at all. The opposite. They've been increasing their energy as the minutes go by.
An offensive explosion this evening by the Rhinos. Highest output of the season. Harrisburg has given up 46 goals now. That is second most in the league. Portland had given up 45, but now it's Arizona with 49 goals against, leading in that dreaded category. And to Castile, to Obasi. We're in the 88th minute. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage tonight. It's Walls, Dos Santos, and Samuels with the goals tonight for Rochester. Quick shout out to our entire crew, John Catalano and the boys. Thanks for everything tonight. Christian Silva, good to have you back.
Pleasure to be back, especially if the Rhinos are playing like this all
a game
season.
like this, we're gonna have some fun.
Absolutely.
Don't forget the Rhinos are back home on Sunday, August the 30th. St. Louis comes to town. 4 p.m. kickoff right here at Salem Stadium. St. Louis currently 6-9-8, 26 points in the Eastern Conference. They actually have a better away record than they do at home. They're 4-3-4 away from home, 2-6-4 at home, St. Louis FC. Well, Bob Lilly looks like he'll continue his mastery against Harrisburg. Since returning in 2014, 1-0-2, seconds away from going 2-0-2 against the Harrisburg City Islanders. Luban, broken up by Obasi. Mulgrew in the 90th minute. It's Obasi. Back to Rolfe, middle of the field. Mulgrew is in. Toe poke. Through the legs, and the flag is up. No goal. No goal. Flag is up for offside.
Don't know about that one. Timmy Mulgrew definitely deserves a goal on that play.
Well, I guess just for our sake, let's look at the replay on that one if we get a chance. Doesn't make a difference at this point. It's 4-0, but for Mulgrew, would have been his first goal of the season.
I'm not sure. That left back, Schaefer, looks like he's keeping him on, but couldn't be wrong.
One of several close calls. 3 minutes of stoppage time. As Grinwis pipes one down the middle of the field. Mulgrew, Cord, battle for it, off of Timmy Mulgrew. Going for Cruz. Tribbett tripped up, and free kick coming up here for the Islanders in stoppage time. The Rhinos with 1 in the first half, 3 in the second half. They have exploded tonight for 4. Good win by Samuels. Walls, a little back heel to himself.
And look at that change of pace by Tony Walls, something he's kept in his locker, hidden for most of the season. You don't get to see him do that too much from the holding mid spot, but it's an explosiveness of speed right there.
Beautiful. Enjoyable game tonight. Sit back,
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed this one.
Absolutely.
Good job by the Rhinos.
Great performance all around.
4 of the final 6 games, including this one, at home for Rochester. As Ringhoff comes forward, low shot. There'll be no trouble at all for Noble.
Julian wants his tonight as well. I think he's seen everybody else get a goal and sees the glaring holes in the Harrisburg midfield, so no problem with that at all. 90th minute. He's definitely deserved it.
Run by Mulgrew. Rolf. Obasi. Good touch to Tosh.
Nice bit of skill there by Obasi.
Outside to McMahon. Sonny Samuels, we're in stoppage time. Rhinos 4, Harrisburg, nothing. Mulgrew. Back to Ringhoff. Pass to Lopeless. Van de Castile. There it is again. Excellent, excellent work.
Graham Van de Castile, ladies and gentlemen.
This one is onside, but Mulgrew won't be able to get to it. There's Tribbett. Harrisburg has just met a wall here tonight. A wall that wanted to push forward. That's exactly what the Rhinos have done.
Yeah.
And that will bring this one to a close. The highest offensive output of the season for Rochester. 4 goals, Harrisburg none. And now with the result, Rochester goes to 14-1-8. They've hit the 50-point mark, and they've picked up their 14th